Hi, good evening. Welcome to the weekly edition of GOP Foreign Market Brokers Dubai. Friends, as we saw last week, we saw the session, especially the second half of the trading week. It was very volatile. We saw all the counters related to dollars. It was very volatile. There was wide swing in the counters, especially on Thursday and Friday. On Friday, we saw certain important data. We saw unemployment data, which we were expecting. The previous was 4.3. We were expecting around 4.3. That was a forecast. But the unemployment rate raised to 4.4. It came around 4.4. There was one important data for non-farm payroll. The forecast was around 179,000, and it came around 222,000. And now this is a big gap. It's a huge gap. You know, and we saw a swing on Friday evening. I mean, the dollar index came to 96.20, 96 point and 96.1520. But again, there was some profit booking in the counter, and it went and it closed around 95.75. We are a bit we are still bullish in this counter. We expect the momentum of the dollar to from on the on the upside from here. And there are certain data, very important data, which is going to come in this week, coming week. No, there is US inflation data, and this time the core inflation, the consumer price index is we are expecting it around 1.7%. And also, I mean, obviously, if there's a rise in inflation, then it can help the Fed to take the decision on increasing the interest rate. On the other news is on Canada. On Wednesday, we are expecting there's a meeting of Bank of Canada. So we are expecting Bank of Canada to raise the interest rate by 25 basis point to 0.75%. Now, if you remember this counter, it was very volatile. It was very volatile for the traders. It closed at around 1.2874 last week. And we repeatedly told in last week that if at all it crosses 1.30 level, if it sustained there, it went thrice. It came to the level of 1.3014, 1.3015, but it couldn't sustain there. So if it comes back, if it gives a pullback, and if it sustained there, it would have gone up. But due to this reason, due to all this comments, we also saw there was a comment from the governor of Bank of Canada, and he said that the lower interest rate has done the job for them. So that was the reason Canadian dollar was very strong, and the USD CAD counter has came down. So that's the reason we're expecting this time, at least this time, there could be a 25 basis point on Canada. As far as commodity gold is concerned, if you remember in last session we told that gold, if it breaks and remains below the level of 1229, it can go to its first support of 1215. Then from there it can come to 1200 also, and it came to one, and it came and touched the low. It came to the low of 1206. So what we have predicted, the target which we have given, it was almost achieved. The same was in USD yen. We were very much bullish on this counter. We gave a buying call at around 113.45, and it crossed 114 level. It came around 114.20, and we are also bullish in this counter that if it sustained above this level, if it sustained around this level, it can go up from here. As far as technicals are concerned, we have certain levels. We have certain weekly levels which I'm going to tell you, so that traders can take positions on these levels. For Euro USD, the weekly support and resistance level are follows. The weekly support is around 1.1312. The resistance is around 1.1424. For sterling, weekly support is around 1.2877, and resistance is around 1.2948. For USD yen, the counter which was very strong last week, the support is around 113, and the resistance is around 114.55. USD CAD, the USD CAD weekly support is around 1.2835, and resistance on the upper side is around 1.2965. The indices which we are tracking is German DAX. German DAX has a weekly support of around 12,368, and resistance around weekly resistance around 12,555. Now remember, if German DAX bounce back and if it gives a good close about 12,475, it's going to be a sure shot buy from here. I mean, if it crosses 12,475, it will obviously, in the coming days, it will obviously make an attempt to test the resistance of around 12,550, 12,560. Dow Jones, US 30 Dow Jones, weekly support is around 21,322, and resistance is around 21,550, and the upper side, again, second resistance around 21,560. So that's it. For more information, you can visit our website www.gfemarkets.com. Thank you very much.